The Now Habit is a self-help book written by Neil A. Fiore, a psychologist and career coach. It was first published in 1988 and has since gained popularity for its insights into overcoming procrastination and increasing productivity. The book focuses on understanding the underlying causes of procrastination and provides practical strategies to overcome it. Fiore argues that procrastination is not a character flaw but a coping mechanism for dealing with anxiety and fear of failure. He suggests that by changing our mindset and adopting certain habits, we can break the cycle of procrastination and achieve our goals. Here are some of the key ideas from the book. Number 1. Procrastination is a learned response. Procrastination is not inherent. It is a behavior that can be unlearned through conscious effort. According to Neil A. Fiore perspective in The Now Habit, procrastination is considered a learned response rather than an inherent trait. Fiore suggests that individuals develop procrastination habits as a coping mechanism to deal with anxiety, fear of failure, and overwhelming tasks. These habits are learned over time and can be unlearned through conscious effort and the implementation of new strategies. Fiore emphasizes that procrastination is not an innate characteristic, but rather a behavior that can be modified. By understanding the underlying causes of procrastination and adopting new approaches, individuals can break free from the cycle of delay and develop more productive habits. The book provides various techniques and strategies to help individuals unlearn procrastination, such as implementing the unschedule technique, addressing perfectionism, practicing positive self-talk, and breaking tasks into smaller steps. Through these methods and consistent effort, individuals can gradually overcome procrastination and cultivate a more proactive and productive mindset. Number 2. Procrastination is a coping mechanism. People often procrastinate to deal with anxiety, fear of failure, or overwhelming tasks. According to Neil A. Fiore in The Now Habit, procrastination is often seen as a coping mechanism that individuals employ to deal with underlying emotions such as anxiety, fear of failure, or feelings of being overwhelmed by a task. When faced with challenging or intimidating tasks, people may experience anxiety or fear of not meeting their own expectations or the expectations of others. Procrastination then becomes a way to temporarily alleviate these negative emotions. By delaying the task, individuals can momentarily avoid confronting their fears and anxieties. Additionally, the feeling of being overwhelmed by a task or perceiving it as too difficult can also lead to procrastination. Rather than tackling the task head-on, individuals may choose to delay it to avoid the stress associated with it. Fiore suggests that by recognizing procrastination as a coping mechanism, individuals can gain insight into their emotional state and work towards addressing the underlying causes. Through strategies such as time management techniques, reframing negative beliefs, and developing self-compassion, individuals can better manage their emotions and reduce the need to resort to procrastination as a coping mechanism. Number 3. The role of guilt in procrastination. Guilt associated with not starting or completing a task can perpetuate the cycle of procrastination. In The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore, the role of guilt in procrastination is highlighted as a significant factor that perpetuates the cycle of delay. When individuals feel guilty for not starting or completing a task, it can intensify negative emotions and further contribute to procrastination. Guilt arises when there is a discrepancy between what individuals believe they should be doing and what they are actually doing. This guilt can stem from internal expectations, societal pressures, or self-imposed standards of performance. When individuals experience guilt associated with tasks they have been procrastinating on, it creates a negative emotional state that hinders their ability to take action. Ironically, the guilt caused by procrastination can lead to a vicious cycle. The more guilt individuals feel about not starting or completing a task, the more likely they are to procrastinate further, as they associate the task with negative emotions and try to avoid them. To break this cycle, Fiore suggests addressing the underlying guilt by reframing how tasks are approached. By adopting a mindset that focuses on progress and effort rather than perfection or immediate results, individuals can reduce guilt and create a more positive and motivating environment for themselves. This shift in mindset helps to alleviate the emotional burden and facilitates taking action, ultimately breaking free from the procrastination cycle. Number 4. The unschedule technique. Prioritize pleasurable activities before work to create a flexible and enjoyable schedule that includes breaks. Indeed, the unschedule technique is a prominent concept discussed in The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore. It is a time management strategy that involves prioritizing pleasurable activities before work to create a flexible and enjoyable schedule that incorporates regular breaks. The traditional approach to scheduling involves allocating fixed blocks of time for work or tasks, leaving limited room for leisure or enjoyable activities. This can create a sense of deprivation and contribute to procrastination. The unschedule technique, however, flips this approach by prioritizing pleasurable activities first. Here's how the unschedule technique works. Identify pleasurable activities. Begin by identifying activities that bring you joy, relaxation, or fulfillment. These could include hobbies, socializing, exercise, or any other activities you enjoy. Allocate time for pleasurable activities. Schedule specific blocks of time for these activities throughout your week. Make them a priority and treat them as important commitments. Fill in work and tasks around pleasurable activities. Once the pleasurable activities are scheduled, allocate the remaining time for your work and tasks. By doing this, you create a sense of balance and ensure that you have time for both work and leisure. Include planned breaks. It is crucial to incorporate planned breaks into your schedule. Breaks allow you to recharge, reduce stress, and maintain focus. By consciously scheduling breaks, you give yourself permission to take regular pauses, which can increase productivity and prevent burnout. The unschedule technique aims to eliminate the sense of guilt or deprivation often associated with work. By prioritizing enjoyable activities, individuals create a more balanced and sustainable schedule. This approach fosters a positive mindset and reduces the likelihood of procrastination by associating work with pleasure rather than restriction. It is important to note that the unschedule technique does not imply avoiding responsibilities but rather designing a schedule that allows for both productivity and enjoyment. Number 5. Reverse psychology for motivation. Using reverse psychology by telling yourself you have permission to do nothing can actually increase motivation and decrease procrastination. The concept of using reverse psychology as a motivational tool is explored in The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore. Fiore suggests that giving yourself permission to do nothing, paradoxically, can increase motivation and decrease procrastination. When individuals feel overwhelmed or pressured to perform, they may experience resistance and a desire to avoid the task altogether. This resistance often leads to procrastination. By telling yourself that you have permission to do nothing, you remove the pressure and expectations associated with the task. This shift in mindset helps to reduce the resistance and the negative emotions tied to the task. The idea behind reverse psychology is that once the pressure is removed, individuals often find themselves naturally inclined to take action. When the choice to engage in the task becomes a voluntary one, it empowers individuals and allows them to approach the task with a greater sense of control and autonomy. By granting yourself permission to do nothing, you create a mental space that allows for the possibility of doing something productive. It takes away the internal conflict and resistance, making it easier to initiate the task. This technique can help individuals overcome the initial hurdle of starting and can increase motivation by reframing the task as a choice rather than an obligation. However, it's important to note that reverse psychology may not work for everyone, and individual responses may vary. It is a technique to be used mindfully and in conjunction with other strategies discussed in the book. Number 6. Overcoming perfectionism. Shift focus from producing perfect work to simply starting and improving over time. Overcoming perfectionism is a key aspect discussed in The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore. Fiore emphasizes the importance of shifting focus from producing perfect work to simply starting and continuously improving over time. Here's a breakdown of this idea. Recognize the negative effects of perfectionism. Perfectionism often leads to excessive self-criticism, fear of failure, and a tendency to delay starting tasks due to high expectations. Embrace the concept of good enough. Instead of striving for perfection, aim for work that is good enough. Accept that perfection is not attainable and that progress and improvement are more realistic and achievable goals. Start with small steps. Instead of getting overwhelmed by the entire task, break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Focus on taking the first step and then gradually build momentum as you move forward. Prioritize action over outcome. Instead of obsessing over the end result, shift your attention to the process and taking consistent action. By emphasizing the effort and the act of doing, you reduce the paralyzing effects of perfectionism, embrace the learning mindset, view tasks as opportunities for growth and learning rather than tests of your worth or abilities. See mistakes and setbacks as valuable lessons that help you improve. Set realistic goals and deadlines. Establish realistic and achievable goals that allow for learning and growth. Break large tasks into smaller milestones and set deadlines that provide a sense of structure and progress. Practice self-compassion. Be kind and compassionate toward yourself when facing challenges or making mistakes. Treat yourself with understanding, encouragement, and forgiveness, just as you would a close friend. By shifting the focus away from perfectionism and embracing a mindset of progress and learning, individuals can overcome the paralyzing effects of perfectionism. This approach fosters a healthier and more productive relationship with work, promotes a sense of achievement, and reduces procrastination caused by the fear of not being able to produce flawless results. Number 7. The importance of starting. The hardest part is often starting a task. Once you start, the momentum builds and makes it easier to continue. The importance of starting is a key concept emphasized in The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore. Fiore highlights that the hardest part of any task or project is often overcoming the initial resistance and taking that first step. Once you manage to start, however, momentum builds, and it becomes easier to continue. Here's a breakdown of this idea. Overcoming resistance. Procrastination often stems from feeling overwhelmed or having anxiety about a task. The resistance to start can be strong, but recognizing that this is a common hurdle can help you push through it. Break tasks into smaller steps. Large tasks can be intimidating and lead to procrastination. Breaking them down into smaller, more manageable steps makes it easier to start and reduces the sense of overwhelm. Set a timer or commit to a short period. Commit to working on the task for a specific, manageable amount of time. Set a timer for, say, 15 minutes, and tell yourself that you will work on the task during that time. Starting becomes less daunting when you know it's for a limited duration. Focus on the process, not the end result. Instead of fixating on the outcome, shift your attention to the process itself. Engage in the task with curiosity and interest, focusing on the immediate actions you need to take. Celebrate small victories. Acknowledge and celebrate each small step you take. Recognize that starting is an accomplishment in itself, and it fuels the motivation to continue. Leverage the power of momentum. Once you get started, you tap into the power of momentum. As you see progress and experience a sense of achievement, it becomes easier to keep going. The inertia of inaction is replaced by the positive momentum of taking action. By recognizing the importance of starting and implementing strategies to overcome the initial resistance, individuals can break the cycle of procrastination. Taking that first step is often the hardest, but it sets the stage for increased productivity and a greater sense of accomplishment. Often overcoming the initial resistance and taking that first step. Once you manage to start, however, momentum builds, and it becomes easier to continue. Here's a breakdown of this idea. Overcoming resistance. Procrastination often stems from feeling overwhelmed or having anxiety about a task. The resistance to start can be strong, but recognizing that this is a common hurdle can help you push through it. Break tasks into smaller steps. Large tasks can be intimidating and lead to procrastination. Breaking them down into smaller, more manageable steps makes it easier to start and reduces the sense of overwhelm. Set a timer or commit to a short period. Commit to working on the task for a specific, manageable amount of time. Set a timer for, say, 15 minutes, and tell yourself that you will work on the task during that time. Starting becomes less daunting when you know it's for a limited duration. Focus on the process, not the end result. Instead of fixating on the outcome, shift your attention to the process itself. Engage in the task with curiosity and interest, focusing on the immediate actions you need to take. Celebrate small victories. Acknowledge and celebrate each small step you take. Recognize that starting is an accomplishment in itself, and it fuels the motivation to continue. Leverage the power of momentum. Once you get started, you tap into the power of momentum. As you see progress and experience a sense of achievement, it becomes easier to keep going. The inertia of inaction is replaced by the positive momentum of taking action. By recognizing the importance of starting and implementing strategies to overcome the initial resistance, individuals can break the cycle of procrastination. Taking that first step is often the hardest, but it sets the stage for increased productivity and a greater sense of accomplishment. Number 8. Breaking tasks into small, manageable steps. Break down overwhelming tasks into smaller, achievable actions to make them more manageable. Breaking tasks into small, manageable steps is a valuable technique discussed in The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore. By dividing overwhelming tasks into smaller, achievable actions, you can make them more manageable and reduce the sense of overwhelm. Here's a breakdown of this concept. Identify the larger task. Begin by identifying the larger task that feels overwhelming or intimidating. This could be a project, a work assignment, or any task that seems too big to tackle at once. Break it down. Once you have identified the larger task, break it down into smaller, actionable steps. These steps should be specific, concrete, and easily achievable. Start with the first step. Focus on the first step of the task. By concentrating on a single, manageable action, you reduce the perceived difficulty and resistance to getting started. Prioritize the steps. Arrange the steps in a logical order or sequence. Consider any dependencies or prerequisites that need to be addressed first. Set realistic deadlines. Assign realistic deadlines to each of the smaller steps. This helps create a sense of structure and progress, as well as prevents the task from dragging on indefinitely. Celebrate progress. As you complete each small step, acknowledge and celebrate your progress. Recognize that each accomplishment brings you closer to the overall goal and boosts motivation. Breaking tasks into smaller steps not only makes them more manageable but also provides a clear roadmap for getting started and progressing. It helps to alleviate the overwhelm that often leads to procrastination. By focusing on accomplishing small, achievable actions, you build momentum and create a sense of achievement, which propels you forward toward completing the larger task. Remember, the key is to approach each step one at a time, keeping the focus on the immediate action rather than getting overwhelmed by the entire task. Number 9. Use a timer for focused work. Set a timer for a specific amount of time, example, 30 minutes, and work on a task with full concentration during that time. Then take a break. The use of a timer for focused work is a helpful technique recommended in The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore. This approach, often referred to as the Pomodoro technique, involves setting a timer for a specific duration, typically around 25 to 30 minutes, and working with complete concentration during that time. After the set period, you take a short break before starting the next focused work session. Here's how it works. Set the timer. Choose a specific duration for your focused work session, such as 25 minutes, known as a Pomodoro. Set a timer for that duration. Engage in focused work. During the set time, commit to working on the task with full concentration and without distractions. Avoid interruptions and external distractions as much as possible. Avoid multitasking. Focus on a single task during the work session. Avoid switching between multiple tasks, as it can disrupt your flow and reduce productivity. Take a break. Once the timer goes off, take a short break of around 5 minutes. Use this time to rest, relax, stretch, or do something enjoyable to recharge. Repeat the process. After the break, start another focused work session with the same duration. Repeat the cycle of focused work sessions and breaks as needed. The Pomodoro technique helps to enhance focus, increase productivity, and combat procrastination. By setting specific time limits and committing to concentrated work, you create a structured and disciplined approach. The regular breaks also provide opportunities for rejuvenation and prevent burnout. It's worth noting that the duration of work sessions and breaks can be adjusted to suit your preferences and work style. Experiment with different time intervals to find what works best for you. The key is to maintain consistency and avoid prolonged periods of uninterrupted work, which can lead to mental fatigue. by using a timer and alternating focused work with brief breaks, you can make your work sessions more productive, maintain sustained concentration, and effectively manage your energy levels. Number 10. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Replace negative thoughts and beliefs with positive self-talk to boost self-confidence and motivation. Replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations is a powerful technique for boosting self-confidence and motivation, and it is indeed emphasized in The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore. Here's how you can implement this strategy. Identify negative self-talk. Start by becoming aware of the negative thoughts and beliefs that arise when you face challenging tasks or encounter self-doubt. Recognize the patterns of negative self-talk that may be contributing to procrastination or low motivation. Challenge negative beliefs. Once you identify negative self-talk, challenge its validity. Question the evidence supporting these negative thoughts and consider alternative perspectives. Often, negative beliefs are based on unfounded assumptions or distorted thinking. Create positive affirmations. Develop positive affirmations that counteract the negative self-talk. These affirmations should be personalized, specific, and realistic. For example, if your negative belief is, "I'm not capable of completing this task," you can replace it with an affirmation like, "I am capable, and I have the skills and resources to succeed." Repeat affirmations regularly. Consistently repeat your positive affirmations to reinforce them in your mind. Practice saying them aloud or write them down and read them daily. This repetition helps to rewire your thinking patterns and instill a more positive and empowering mindset. Focus on strengths and past successes. Remind yourself of your past achievements and strengths. Recall moments when you successfully overcame challenges or accomplished difficult tasks. Use these experiences as evidence of your capabilities and reinforce positive self-talk. Cultivate self-compassion. Be kind and compassionate toward yourself as you work on changing your self-talk. Treat yourself with understanding and forgiveness when facing setbacks or mistakes. Remember that no one is perfect, and growth comes through learning and improvement. By actively replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations, you reframe your mindset and cultivate a more supportive and encouraging inner dialogue. This shift in self-perception enhances self-confidence, motivation, and resilience, ultimately reducing procrastination and increasing productivity. Number 11. Practice productive procrastination. Engage in tasks that are still productive but not the primary task at hand, such as brainstorming or planning. The concept of productive procrastination is discussed in The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore. Productive procrastination involves engaging in tasks that are still productive, but not the primary task at hand, as a way to leverage your tendency to procrastinate. Here's how you can practice productive procrastination. Identify secondary tasks. Identify other tasks or activities that are related to your primary task but not the immediate focus. These tasks could include brainstorming ideas, conducting research, making outlines, organizing materials, or planning future steps. Prioritize secondary tasks. Choose secondary tasks that are still productive and contribute to your overall goals. Prioritize tasks that provide value and move you closer to completing the primary task. Allocate time for secondary tasks. Set aside dedicated time slots for these secondary tasks within your schedule. Treat them as important commitments and honor the allocated time to work on them. Use secondary tasks as a warm-up. Sometimes, engaging in a secondary task can serve as a warm-up activity that helps you transition into the primary task. It can help ease you into a focused and productive mindset. Maintain balance. While productive procrastination can be beneficial, it's important to strike a balance. Ensure that you allocate sufficient time and energy to the primary task as well. Use productive procrastination as a tool to enhance productivity, not as a means to completely avoid the primary task. By practicing productive procrastination, you utilize your natural tendency to delay and channel it into tasks that still contribute to your overall productivity. It helps you maintain a sense of progress, even when you may not be directly working on the primary task. However, it's important to be mindful of not using productive procrastination as a way to continually avoid or delay the primary task for extended periods. Remember, the primary task should still receive your attention and focus. Productive procrastination serves as a way to make use of your procrastination tendencies while still making progress toward your goals. Number 12. The importance of self-care. Take care of your physical and mental well-being to reduce stress and increase productivity. The Now Habit, by Neil A. Fiore, emphasizes the importance of self-care for reducing stress and increasing productivity. Taking care of your physical and mental well-being is crucial for maintaining a healthy and balanced life. Here's why self-care is essential. Stress reduction. Engaging in self-care activities helps to alleviate stress and anxiety. It allows you to recharge and rejuvenate, promoting a sense of calm and well-being. Enhanced focus and productivity. When you prioritize self-care, you improve your overall mental and physical health. This, in turn, enhances your focus, concentration, and cognitive abilities, leading to increased productivity and effectiveness in your tasks. Improved mental health. Self-care practices, such as exercise, meditation, and leisure activities, contribute to improved mental health. They can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, increase resilience, and foster a positive mindset. Increased energy levels. Taking care of yourself physically, such as getting enough sleep, eating nutritious food, and engaging in regular exercise, helps to boost your energy levels. When you have more energy, you're better equipped to tackle tasks and maintain productivity. Prevention of burnout. Self-care acts as a preventive measure against burnout. By taking time for yourself and engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation, you create a buffer against excessive stress and exhaustion. Overall well-being. Self-care is essential for your overall well-being and quality of life. It promotes self-awareness, self-compassion, and self-acceptance. When you prioritize self-care, you invest in your long-term health and happiness. Some self-care practices you can consider include practicing mindfulness or meditation, engaging in physical exercise, getting enough sleep, maintaining a balanced diet, pursuing hobbies or interests, spending time with loved ones, and setting boundaries to protect your time and energy. Remember, self-care is not selfish or indulgent. It is a necessary foundation for sustainable productivity and a fulfilling life. By prioritizing self-care, you equip yourself with the resources and resilience needed to navigate challenges, maintain motivation, and achieve your goals. Number 13. Create a supportive environment. Surround yourself with people who support your goals and provide encouragement. Creating a supportive environment is indeed crucial for personal growth and achieving your goals, as highlighted in The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore. When you surround yourself with people who support your goals and provide encouragement, it becomes easier to stay motivated and overcome obstacles. Here's how you can foster a supportive environment. Seek like-minded individuals. Connect with individuals who share similar goals or aspirations. They can be friends, colleagues, or members of online communities. Engaging with like-minded people provides a sense of camaraderie and allows for the exchange of ideas and support. Share your goals. Openly communicate your goals and aspirations with those around you. By sharing your intentions, you invite support and accountability from others. They can offer guidance, feedback, and encouragement as you work towards your objectives. Avoid negativity. Minimize exposure to negative influences or people who may discourage or undermine your efforts. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift and inspire you, fostering a positive and supportive environment. Join accountability groups or mastermind circles. Consider participating in accountability groups or mastermind circles where individuals come together to support each other's progress. These groups provide a structured framework for setting goals, tracking progress, and receiving support and feedback. Seek mentors or coaches. Engage with mentors or coaches who can provide guidance, expertise, and encouragement. They can offer valuable insights and help you stay focused on your goals. Providing the support you need to overcome challenges. Express gratitude. Show appreciation for the support and encouragement you receive. Expressing gratitude not only strengthens your relationships but also encourages others to continue providing support in the future. Remember, creating a supportive environment is not only about receiving support but also about giving it. Be willing to offer your encouragement and assistance to others who are pursuing their goals. By fostering a culture of support and collaboration, you create a positive ecosystem that nurtures personal growth and success. surrounding yourself with people who believe in your abilities, cheer you on, and provide constructive feedback creates an environment where you feel motivated, supported, and empowered to reach your full potential. Number 14. Set realistic goals and expectations. Set achievable goals and establish realistic expectations to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Setting realistic goals and expectations is a crucial aspect of effective goal setting and time management, as emphasized in The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore. When you set achievable goals and establish realistic expectations, you reduce the likelihood of feeling overwhelmed and increase your chances of success. Here's how you can approach goal setting and expectations. Define specific and measurable goals. Clearly define your goals in specific terms and establish measurable criteria for success. This allows you to track your progress and evaluate your achievements objectively. Break down larger goals into smaller milestones. If you have a big, long-term goal, break it down into smaller, more manageable milestones. This helps to create a sense of progress and provides clear targets to work towards. Consider your limitations and resources. Take into account your available time, energy, skills, and resources when setting goals. Be realistic about what you can reasonably accomplish given your current circumstances. Set realistic deadlines. When establishing deadlines for your goals, ensure they are attainable and aligned with your other commitments and responsibilities. Avoid setting overly ambitious or impractical timelines that may lead to frustration and overwhelm. Embrace flexibility. Recognize that circumstances may change, and adjustments may be necessary along the way. Allow yourself the flexibility to adapt your goals and expectations as needed to accommodate unforeseen challenges or new information. Celebrate progress. Acknowledge and celebrate your achievements, even the small ones. Recognizing your progress and giving yourself credit for the milestones you reach helps to maintain motivation and a positive mindset. By setting realistic goals and expectations, you create a framework that is both challenging and achievable. This approach allows you to maintain a sense of control, reduce stress, and avoid the feeling of being overwhelmed. Remember that setting realistic goals doesn't mean settling for mediocrity, it means aligning your ambitions with your capabilities and creating a sustainable path to success. Regularly review and reassess your goals and expectations to ensure they remain realistic and relevant. With a balanced and attainable approach to goal setting, you increase your chances of making consistent progress and experiencing a sense of accomplishment along the way. Number 15. Celebrate progress and reward yourself. Acknowledge and reward yourself for completing tasks and making progress, reinforcing positive habits. Celebrating progress and rewarding yourself for completing tasks and making progress is a powerful motivator and reinforcement technique, as highlighted in The Now Habit by Neil A. Fiore. Recognizing your achievements and giving yourself rewards helps to reinforce positive habits and maintain motivation. Here's how you can incorporate this practice into your routine. Define milestones for celebration. Break your larger goals into smaller milestones or checkpoints. These can be specific tasks completed, significant progress made, or goals achieved. Identify these milestones in advance to provide clear targets for celebration. Choose meaningful rewards. Determine rewards that are meaningful and enjoyable to you. These can be small treats, leisure activities, social outings, or any other form of positive reinforcement that brings you joy and satisfaction. Align the rewards with your personal preferences and interests. Celebrate with intention. When you reach a milestone or accomplish a task, take the time to celebrate intentionally. Pause, acknowledge your progress, and give yourself credit for the effort and dedication you put into it. Celebrate in a way that feels meaningful and fulfilling to you. Mix up the rewards. Vary the rewards you give yourself to keep the motivation fresh and exciting. Experiment with different types of rewards and find a balance between immediate gratification and long-term benefits. Some rewards can be immediate, while others can be saved for more significant achievements. Keep the rewards proportionate. Ensure that the size and significance of the reward match the level of accomplishment. Smaller tasks may warrant smaller rewards, while more substantial milestones may call for more significant celebrations. Track and reflect on progress. Keep a record of your achievements and progress. This can be a journal, a checklist, or a digital tracking system. Regularly review and reflect on your progress to gain a sense of accomplishment and motivate yourself to continue moving forward. Remember, celebrating progress and rewarding yourself is not about indulging in constant rewards or seeking external validation. It's about recognizing your efforts, reinforcing positive habits, and nurturing a positive mindset. By celebrating your accomplishments, you create a positive feedback loop that fuels motivation and helps you stay on track toward your goals. So, be sure to take the time to acknowledge your progress, appreciate your hard work, and reward yourself for your achievements along the way. Overall, the Now Habit provides practical tools and techniques to help individuals overcome procrastination and develop a more productive mindset. It offers a comprehensive understanding of the psychological factors involved in procrastination and guides readers towards creating positive habits that lead to increased productivity and reduced stress. Please hit the subscribe button for the support of our channel and share our videos for more new upcoming content. We are very happy to create new ideas and review for everyone. God bless and happy listening.